became a Christian, I had to find the answers to convince me that Jesus is indeed God. I had to see it and see how Jesus can have two natures, the divine and the human. I had to look at it critically and be assured that the Almighty God is who he said, or who the Christians are presenting, before I could say, yes, Jesus is my God. So when I found these answers, I said, okay, then let me take it out and go and speak to the Muslim. So sometimes we organize what we call dialogues. Some people call it debates. I don't call it debates, dialogue, because we don't debate. We talk about Jesus and say everything about Jesus. 1984, we had the first Christian-Muslim debate in my country. According to the Muslims, 5,000 people came there. I thought it was 3,000, but they said 5,000. A huge crowd. And it was, did Jesus die on the cross? Did Jesus Christ saved? And the question was to be answered using the Quran. My teachers came. And God, in his own mercy, used me to speak to the crowd and prove from the pages of the Quran that Christ indeed died and resurrected. Even as I'm speaking now, this year, the effect of that crusade is still being felt. Just a few minutes ago, I was driving. I think you know Imam. You know what an Imam is? Yeah, good. The chief Imam of that particular mosque,
I don't think everybody knows what an Imam is.
Okay. Imam is the one, he leads in the prayer in the mosque. He is looked as a leader of the people, the community of the Muslim. You see him standing in front, leading.
Headman.
Pardon?
He's the headman.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say that headman.
Headman in the mosque.
Yeah. So you see one person standing in front. He is the big man there. He interprets the Quran. He interprets so many other things. So he's regarded as somebody who's they don't have pastor. So let me say an equivalent of the priest. They don't have a priest. They don't have a, so let's say it's the equivalent of a priest or a pastor, something like that. Yeah. So he is the Imam. His son started seeing visions about Jesus Christ, and Christ telling him that he is the way, and Christ revealing certain things to him, which only someone who has read the book of Revelations can see them. So the young man told his father what Jesus Christ was telling him, to forsake Islam and worship him. The father was angry, and they caught the young man, and they put him in the room and locked the door. Somehow he managed to escape. And he ran to the church that helped me to organize the first debate.
Nice.
And so he spoke to the pastor, so they hit him. 3 days he had to go out to find food to eat. They saw him, somebody saw him, reported him, and then the father and the uncle went to the police and lied that the young man, had stolen the uncle's money. And so the police arrested him. When the father, the Imam himself, came home, he saw the vision. Jesus Christ came to him and spoke to him. So he had to run back to the police and say, no, I'm lying. Jesus, Jesus, I told you. So now the Muslim Ummah, the community, the people were angry. So they took the man to the council and they gave him 2 weeks to recant and to deny that he had seen Jesus Christ. He couldn't deny. So I'm just giving you an example of what is happening. Sometimes people meet me and say, oh, I got converted because of the debate you had. And by God's grace, we are teaching, we are going around, we are preaching, and this time what we are doing is we are building a training center. Now I don't want it to be like a school, like a university. I just want it to be a center where I can train people how to go out and speak to the Muslim mind with regards to the problem, the difficulties, not about the histories of this or that, but why is Jesus Christ God and man at the same time? How the Bible is reliable, and so forth and so on. Only the divinity of Jesus Christ and the Bible. So we want to train what we call soul winners among Muslims. And by God's grace, we have finished the first phase of it. The second phase is the the classrooms and the hostel. Because we're going to have a facility where people will come and stay for some time. It's 3 months, 90 days, intensive. And when you come there, from morning 10 o'clock, 9:30, you have worship service. From 10 o'clock up to 5:30. We will not allow them to go to town to buy food, because when they go to town, they may not come back. And so we'll make sure that we give them a meal a day. That is, in the afternoon, we'll give them lunch. So from that time to evening, you just study. 90 days, you finish, you go out. Another batch comes. Now, some of the schools have told me that if I start, they will also send their students to come there for practicals, which is a good thing. So this is what we are doing, and we are praying that the Lord, who started a good work in us, will continue. And that's why I'm going around telling people about what God is doing in Africa. And I'm here to say the same thing to you and ask you to pray with me so that the Lord's hand will be with us. Now, we know what is happening in the world, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and the rest. It will surprise you that no country is safe, even in my country. Just recently, 2 months ago, two young men, university graduates, were recruited to go and fight. I think American too, you have the same problem. Yeah. So we cannot sit down and say, hey, I'm safe. 911, you know what happened? These people who came here, who came and did that, they were not here. They were not born here. They came from outside. So we are not safe. Now you see, Islam believes that they have to do everything possible to spread their religion. And people are captured, decapitated. You see, if you see some of the videos, they are horrible. But they believe that it's God. And on my site, I keep asking the question. I have a blog site called Conquering Without Violence. I said, how can a God who is ever merciful, so compassionate, send somebody outside there, go and kill an innocent person? I ask those questions. Now, why would a God send somebody, excuse me, to go and rape a small girl, 12-year-old girl, and tell the girl that because you belong to another religion, that girl did not create herself. God gave that girl to that family. So what that God should have done was to find a way of bringing the girl outside and not to punish the girl. No, I ask a question like that. No, they are not happy when I write that, and they write back to me. They ask me, they tell me, look, you see, those who are doing this, they are not true Muslims. I say, well, they are doing it in the name of Islam, and they are quoting from the Quran. Because the Quran actually allows people to fight and to kill. Even though another part of the Quran, it says, if you fight for yourself. So if you think that these people are disgracing Islam, you, the Muslims, should rise up and speak against it. So I tell them, so this is what I'm doing. So I pray that you pray with me so that we will help to train people. And I would also want if people can visit us to see the good work we are doing in Africa. I've already thrown the challenge to him. I won't call it an invitation, but there's a challenge to say you should get up and come and see. But when you come, you help us. And I want you to know that we want you to continue praying with us. So that's why I'm here.